Arsenal plotting transfers for Ivan Toney and Matty Cash. Welcome back to your boys channel, and join me today as we discuss the latest Arsenal news, including Arsenal being linked with Brentford striker Ivan Toney. Also, could Arsenal be interested in Aston Villa's Matty Cash as a right back? And how are Arsenal set to line up versus Burnley? Let's discuss in today's video. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Babs14 and welcome back to your boys channel. Quickly as ever, before we get into the video, make sure to go down there and smash it a like. Also, please subscribe to the channel if you are new, and as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments, especially on Toney, and would you take him from the Championship? And without any further ado, here is the latest Arsenal news today. Here we go. The first thing on the Arsenal agenda is Arsenal's future potential striker, and is it gonna be a player from the Championship? Now, I can see you man in the comments saying, Babs, how are Arsenal expected to be a serious club if we're signing players from the Championship? So before I proceed into discussing the player himself and Ivan Toney, allow me to remind you, Maddison, Grealish and Oliver Watkins, 3 players just off the top of my head of players that Arsenal fans were snobby for the Championship. We didn't sign them and we all want them now because they're Premier League ballers. That's all I'm gonna say. But in terms of Ivan Toney and his links to Arsenal, let's discuss. As Football London today have claimed that Arsenal and West Ham United are among those paying an increasing keen interest in Brentford striker Ivan Toney. If Brentford fail to go up in the next 2 months, there's a good chance they will bid farewell to him, deeming a fee close to £30 million acceptable. Now, one thing straight away from the get-go I need to make clear, Football London are a very reliable source when it comes to London clubs, especially Brentford. Yeah, I remind you, in the summer they were on point with the links and the interest of David Raya, Brentford's goalkeeper, and they were also bang on when it comes to Arsenal recruiting Brentford's goalkeeping coach and their set-piece coach. So these men have a sense of reliability. And in terms of the player that is in question, Ivan Toney, of course, he's a centre forward who plays for Brentford and, as I said, in the Championship. But let me roll the stats before I proceed. 25 goals and 9 assists in all competitions for Brentford this season in 37 games. Those are pretty decent stats regardless of wherever you play. In terms of the type of striker Ivan Toney is himself, in the games I've seen him play, which is very few to be honest with you, he's a good hold-up player. He's very good in terms of linking up the players, and that's why he's got 9 assists for Brentford this season. But ultimately, he's a striker. He gets his goals. He's tall, he's powerful, he's quick. He's got all the athletic traits of a top striker. There's also been a few Arsenal fans with a cheeky little shout, and these men have said a potential swap deal of Nketiah and Ivan Toney, which of course it wouldn't be a straight swap. Toney holds more value, but saying that Nketiah would be a decent amount of money and save Arsenal money, I'm interested in that. Arsenal, if you're doing it, make sure you make it happen, because for me, that makes a lot of sense. And what Brentford as a club have shown is they're able to find players, strikers that are Premier League quality and are almost the complete forwards with link up play, goal scoring ability and pace. Look at Watkins last season and now look at Toney this season. These men have a pedigree there. Ivan Toney for me isn't the top of my preferred list. Players like Isaac, players like even Odsonne-Edouard from Celtic fall higher on the list than him, but that's just my opinion. But what would you do, and would you be interested in bringing Ivan Toney up from the Championship? I understand it's a league where it's not the Premier League, but what would you man do? What are your thoughts on the player himself, and would you take him at Arsenal? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, lads, let's discuss a cheeky little bit of the money. I'm talking Matty Cash, as Arsenal fans are at it again, because what we have done, right, is we have scouted his social media. You can call us stalkers. It wasn't me though, right? Don't look at me, bruv. It was other man on Twitter. They found his old tweets, and guess what, lads? As you can see here, come on the Arsenal, hashtag 3 points, back from 2012. He's an Arsenal fan. He's confirmed. He's a gooner. Now, of course, that doesn't confirm that he's gonna sign for Arsenal, and Arsenal have made a bid for him. No, it doesn't. But what it does mean is if Arsenal make a move, don't be surprised when Matty Cash tries to not force a move, but he will be interested in coming to Arsenal. I think it once again shows to the world that Arsenal remain a massive club, and players like Matty Cash and players like Oliver Watkins, while Aston Villa are successful right now, they support the mighty Arsenal. They support the most gargantuan club the world has ever seen. In terms of Matty Cash, he plays in that back four. He is solid defensively. We saw that in the game against Aston Villa both times, and also going forward, he's a threat. He can cross the ball. He has a lot of good quality, and you know what? For me, I'm interested in Matty Cash, and I also believe Arsenal have an interest in the player as well. And come this summer, just keep an eye on this transfer. I'm not saying it's going to happen because it will be expensive with Villa just signing him last year, but saying that, just don't be surprised if things come into place and Matty Cash the Gooner signs for the Arsenal. I'm just saying it ahead of the curve. But joking aside, let's let me know your own thoughts on Matty Cash, and would you want to see him at Arsenal? Because me personally, you know what? I'm for it, you know. I don't mind this one. And on to the final player, lads, and that is Emiliano Buendia. Yes, we are back. as a source close to Football League World has exclusively confirmed to ZARFC today that the Gunners are staying in touch with Norwich in terms of a move for Emi Buendia, and the Canaries may even drop their £40 million price tag if Buendia wants to leave. Looking at Buendia's stats, his creative numbers are off the charts. 3.2 key passes per game is, that's prime as the other numbers, but then again, it's in the Championship. And as it says here, the Argentinian midfielder, who has 22 goals and assists so far this season, will cost at least north of £30 million. Norwich won't stand in Buendia's way should he want to switch to one of the top clubs. I personally believe Arsenal's main priority will be to sign Odegaard on a permanent deal, and if that deal doesn't happen, then I think Arsenal will look to Buendia. But saying that, we could also see a somewhere if Arsenal are feeling extra fruity, where we sign Odegaard and we sign Buendia, and that would be beautiful scenes. And what Buendia reminds me of a bit is, if you look at Man City and you look at Bernardo Silva, he can play out wide on the right hand side, play as a right winger, play as an inside midfielder, and sometimes play on the left hand side as well. That is what Buendia could be for Arsenal if Arsenal are serious and making moves. But please do let me know your thoughts on Emiliano Buendia, and do you want Arsenal to rekindle the interest come the summer? And moving on, lads, let's discuss Arsenal versus Burnley predicted lineup. The first thing we have to discuss is injuries, and the only player that looks set to miss this game of the Arsenal main squad is Emil Smith-Rowe. But as we confirmed here, Chris Wheatley has said Arsenal confirmed that Emil Smith-Rowe's hip injury is not significant. He will be assessed ahead of tomorrow's game against Burnley. So the fact that he's been assessed tells me that he could be available, but we'll see if Arsenal risk him first, where Arsenal's crunch game on Thursday against Olympiacos in the Europa League is coming so soon. I'm so nervous. But apart from Smith-Rowe's injury, Arsenal actually have a fully fit squad. I know you have an injury of Alex Renarson, but he's not really an Arsenal first teamer. Matt Ryan's fit, Leno's fit, everyone's fit, so we could have a decent little team tomorrow against Burnley. Then in goal, Cedric, Luiz, Mari, Tierney, Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard, Saka, Pepe, and Alexandre Lacazette. And that is my own personal predicted lineup. The key thing for me, the centre-back pairing, I want to keep Mari and Luiz, because do you know what, with Burnley, they don't really offer that speed in behind, they don't have any pace in behind, and Mari, whenever he plays, he doesn't lose that many games. He's only lost one game in his Arsenal career where he's fully played that, and that's Man City, that 1-0 loss. In terms of the midfield, Partey and Xhaka are available, and they've had a week off, and resting wise, Pepe has to start because of his recent form away from home. Odegaard has to play if Smith-Rowe isn't fit, and Saka is my star boy. Come on now, let's not ask questions. And in terms of Lacazette in the middle, I like how he links up with the other players, and I like Aubameyang, but you know what, I think it'll be a close decision to see what Arsenal want, a hold-up player or player in behind. We shall wait and see. But let me know your own personal predicted lineups in the comments below, and what would you go for? And on to the third final thing, lads, and that is the other Arsenal news. Let's make this quick and snappy. First things first, Matteo Guendouzi. Football Insider today have claimed Matteo Guendouzi is not expected to play for Arsenal again. An Arsenal source told Football Insider Mikel Arteta has made it clear he is not a part of his plans for next season, with Arsenal confident they will find a buyer at close to their £25 million asking price. You know what, I can see why some Arsenal fans are a bit annoyed with that, but at the same time for me, it's a win-win for Arsenal. If Guendouzi sorts out his attitude and says, listen Mikel, I want to buckle up and play for you, we have a good potential midfielder, but then again, with it being 21 years of age, his price isn't going to drop, his value isn't going to drop, and if Arsenal want to sell him £25 million cashola into the bank, we can then invest that in other parts of the pitch which are more necessary. But what are you man saying on Matteo Guendouzi? Please do let me know your thoughts down below. AS Roma's dream striker target this summer is Alexandre Lacazette. The player has been close to Roma for years, and this summer could represent the right time for the move to finally take place. Now, as I said yesterday, the source itself is the same source that linked Aouar to Arsenal yesterday. I don't think they're very reliable, but one person who is reliable is David Ornstein. David Ornstein has reported months ago that we rejected a late bid from Roma for Lacazette in the last summer. It will be interesting to see if Roma return. With 1 year left on his contract and an extension looking unlikely, Roma might come again for him. And so it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when he leaves Arsenal, and then who do Arsenal replace him with. And on to the final thing, lads, and that is Arsene Wenger is back again. As Simon Collins confirms, the FIFA president Infantino says Arsene Wenger has presented a new interpretation of the offside law today. Essentially would mean you're onside if any part of your body you can play the ball with is in line with the defender. Data shows would reduce average offsides a game in the Premier League from 4 to 2. It looks like the Arsenal legendary manager is at it again, and he's changing the football rules. Not only has he changed the whole English culture when he came into football initially, not only did he give us the Invincibles, not only did we play some beautiful prime Wenger football as well, and now he is influencing the rules of the beautiful game itself. He is the father of football, and for me, Arsene Wenger, nothing but respect. A salute to you. And there you man go, that is the latest video there and there. Of course, as always, if you have enjoyed the video, make sure to go down there and smash it like. Also do subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let me know your thoughts on all things I have discussed. The links to all my social media will be in the description below as well, so if you want to follow me, I'd appreciate that. And there you man go, that is the latest Arsenal news today. I hope you have enjoyed as always, and I will see you tomorrow in a massive game against Burnley. I'll see you later in a bit.